Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all from all corners of the world. Please come on in, settle in, grab yourself a cup of coffee or anything to drink. We will be starting the session shortly. Uh, and just before I do that, I just want to remind you of the chat box. It is open, so you can send us a messages and tell us where you are joining from. And just before I start the session, I would like to also give just 1 or 2 minutes to some of the attendees who haven't joined yet. So, because we've just started the session. Um, Apologies, I said the chat box is now open to everyone. Please send us your messages and let us know where you're joining us from. Thank you. Hello from Boston, USA. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jackie from UK. Hi, Justin from Germany. Hi, Tamlin from Cape Town, from the sunny Cape Town. Hope you're enjoying the weather. We're in the UK, it's cold, it's raining. Hello from Tanzania. Hello from Johannesburg. Thank you all for joining us. I'm just giving it a few minutes just before we start with the session and before I do all the introductions and everything. Hello from Uganda. How did I miss that? Hello, Makosonke from Cape Town. Sabona Makosonke. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Hello from Kenya. Um, Thank you all for joining us and for letting us know where you're joining us from today. I hope with this presentation for today, you'll walk out of here with a lot of knowledge and what to do next for your business. And just before I introduce the speaker for today, I again just want to remind you of our questions and answer session, which will be held at the end of the presentation, where the speaker should be able to attempt to answer all of your questions. If not, we will gather together some feedback and send it to you with the webinar recording. So in today's session, we are exploring Sopa Lodges, pioneering experiences and innovations in East Africa. Please feel free again to send us your questions through the questions and answer session. With using the Q&A feature or icon just down below on Zoom. So our speaker for today is Rosemary Kuria. I'm delighted to introduce Rosemary Kuria, who is the Director of Sales at Sopa Lodges. She brings years of experience from leading hotel brands across Kenya and the wider East African region. She's played a key role in strengthening partnerships and driving growth for the company. Rosemary is known for her innovative approach and commitment to delivering personalized, high-quality service values that truly define Sopa Lodges experiences. Her strong academic background in finance, business, and strategic management reflects her dedication to excellence and staying ahead of industry trends. With her passion for hospitality and her leadership within the team, Rosemary continues to help shape unforgettable guest experiences across all Sopa properties. And please join me in welcoming Rosemary. Rosemary, over to you, please.
Thank you, Pule, and good afternoon to everybody who's joined on the call today. Thank you all for making the time to join us to just get to know more about Sopa Lodges. To give my presentation today some perspective, please allow me to start with some numbers. The first number I'd like to throw in is 5 million. And this is a goal that we are working on as Kenyans tourism stakeholders, 5 million international tourist arrivals by the year 2027. The second number is 2.39 million. Now, these were the number of international visitors that we received in Kenya in 2024. Effectively, we're looking to doubling our international arrivals in the next 2 years. Is it possible? I believe it is. The third number is 604,000. Now, according to Figures Academia, these were the number of tourism arrivals into Kenya in 1986. Now, where am I going with this? That was nearly 40 years ago. 40 years, it means that our industry in Kenya has grown with almost 400%. That same year in 1986 is also the year that Sopa Lodges opened its first lodge in Kenya. And that is our flagship Masai Mara Sopa Lodge. And since then, we have been a core part of Kenya's tourism infrastructure. We've got properties both in Kenya and Tanzania, with a total inventory of 462 beds across our properties. Just a second. Right. Like I said, our flagship in Kenya is Masai Mara Sopa Lodge. And of course, we've got Amboseli Sopa Lodge, we've got Samburu Sopa Lodge, which is the main focus of today's presentation. We've got Lake Nakuru Sopa Lodge, Lake Naivasha Sopa Resort, and in Tanzania, we've got Tarangire Sopa Lodge. This tells you for 4 decades, nearly 40 years, Sopa Lodges has been welcoming travelers to the heart of East Africa's wild places. As one of the region's original safari brands, we offer the perfect blend of comfort, character, and genuine hospitality. Our lodges, as you can see, sit in iconic landscapes, and they are designed to reflect the surroundings or the environment while giving our guests the space and warmth they need to truly unwind. 4 decades of welcoming the world into East Africa. Sopa has been part of East Africa's safari story. Why Sopa Lodges? We got various unique features that would entice you to come to Sopa. Number one, we've got spacious rooms ranging from 35 to 75 square meters, ideal for families. We are ideally your family-friendly brand. We've got signature architecture. Our cottage-style accommodation are designed, like I mentioned before, to blend with the surrounding. Again, I had mentioned before about our hand-picked locations in iconic East Africa safari destination, rich cultural immersion, and again, we offer very authentic East African hospitality. And this goes to show in our decor, our touches in the properties in terms of our local decor. And Sopa again means hello or welcome in the Maasai language, which again is part of the rich cultural immersion. Our people, I don't think there's anything I would like to emphasize more than our people, our Sopa experience. We've got such an excellent team on the ground, always ready to welcome and assist our guests. The fact that we're in very strategic locations across East Africa, we offer a wide variety of safari and leisure experiences, all under one brand, under one standard. And then again, we are very big on sustainability, responsible tourism, and community involvement. Like I said before, it's a family-friendly brand, and because of us, the size of our rooms, architecture, location, we cater for all your clientele's needs, ranging from whether it's FITs, multi-generational families, which has become the trend now, small leisure groups, big leisure groups, destination weddings, all in one. We got that for you. Now, today's presentation is not more about Sopa as a group, but about innovation, about what we have done as Sopa. We have added a new dimension to the Sopa experience, and that is Astro Tourism. Excuse me. What is Astro Tourism really? Astro Tourism is a niche. It's a really niche travel experience, and this combines stargazing, astronomy education, and cultural storytelling. It is designed for curious minds, whether you're a beginner, whether you are an astrophysicist, first-time sky watcher. It just gives you that meaningful connection with the universe. It is safari by day. universe by night. What exactly happened is that the sky becomes the natural attraction. In other words, it is taking a tour drive to the skies, a safari to the skies. It's just simply looking up. Now, I would like first to there's a lot of questions I know on what astro tourism is. What is the difference between stargazing and astro tourism? And I want to take you back to how we got there before now I take you through what exactly this product is about. We critically looked at the locations where we are at and what high value products we could offer. And our research highlighted 4 unique characteristics in Samburu specifically as a destination. Number 1, Samburu is at the equator, and you'll see in a little bit why this is important. Number 2, the host community, which is Samburu, has a deep cultural knowledge, values, and stories as well. And I'll share some stories with you because the Astro is more about blending science and culture. And number 3, the skies in Samburu are just the darkest, most beautiful skies you will ever find anywhere in this country. Then we thought about how could we turn this into a value generating product. And this is without really negatively impacting the environment. For those of you who know the Greek playwright Sophocles, he said once, the heavens are impossible to understand, and it takes madness to innovate. So you have to have some madness in you to really innovate. And so we partnered with a company called Leo Skies to investigate Samburu skies. To really understand what is it that we can offer for the destination. And there are many reasons, and I will give you 3 right now before we continue. Number 1, Kenya, specifically northern Kenya, has a very unique competitive advantage. And this is because Samburu is at the equator. What does this mean for us, for astro tourism? It means that we have very superior views, or what we call the VVIP section, where we can see celestial bodies, an event on both the northern and southern side of the equator. It's like being in a theater and you're the front row seat, having access to the entire theater. There are various destinations that have developed astro-tourism products, yes. And that's either far to the north, which is US, or deep to the southern hemisphere. We're talking about Australia and South Africa. But Kenya has got this unique feature because we are right at the equator. So we get to enjoy both hemispheres. Number 2, we've got very quality high dark skies in northern Kenya. And this is because we are free of artificial lighting. And astrotourism thrives on being able to see the lighting in the skies. The lighting in the skies, that is free of artificial lighting. This will, in other words, excuse me. It seeks for us to be very environmentally conscious and sustainable tourism, and as a sustainable tourism destination. The 3rd thing we looked at was high value customers. We looked at as we did our research, we realized that all the research that we showed that astro tourists or anybody traveling for astro adds on an extra 1.2 or 1.3 days to their regular safari just to enjoy the night skies. And this increases your ADR to approximately between 15 to 20%. Number 4, it's about the community, the Samburu people. The Samburu have got the most beautiful stories to tell. And this is why we chose this destination. If you listen to their stories, and I think I can tell you one that really comes out. The Samburu people call God Nkai. Now, in the beginning, the people of the Samburu, they believed that they were inhabitants of the planet Venus, which is really the morning star. So they believed they lived there. And then one day, Nkai, who is their god, created a ladder and invited them to come down to the steps of the ladder to planet Earth. Now, when they got here, they were really stunned by what they saw, and they decided now to stay here. And the word that they call being the owners of the land is Loikop. So they decided they took up the word Loikop as owners of the land. Now, since then, the Samburu always look up to the sky, especially upon the stars, for revelation on their next steps. This is just one of the stories that you get to enjoy as you're watching the stars and listening to the Samburu people talk about how they relate to the stars. And there are very many other stories. You'll have to visit Samburu to be able to enjoy this. The next step that we did was really invest in training our guides in Astro Tourism, the Samburu guides, training the commercial team. And then from the training, then we build, the next step was building the first of a kind planetarium at Samburu Sopa, and we'll take you through this. So allow me just first to show you this video of our launch as I take you. This is the launch of, we launched this in September. I'll just show you the video before we proceed.
My name is Rebecca Miano, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Kenya. We are here at Sopa Lodges in Samburu National Reserve. We started by officially opening the first Samburu Astro Village Planetarium, where it will give an opportunity to visitors, both domestic and international, to view the sky. It has been said that Samburu is the best place to look up. We have seen in the planetarium the power of digital to view the whole of the cosmos in an experience that you cannot find anywhere in this world. And such products are very useful, especially in growing our tourism numbers towards the ambitious target that we have of welcoming at least 5 million tourists by the year of 2027. Take this opportunity to congratulate Sopa Lodges for being the host of this very unique product, and while at it, to invite everyone to come and see the sky with no light pollution. It is a product that you can only appreciate if you are able to make your way here in Samburu.
Yes, it is a product that you can only appreciate if you make your way to Samburu. Like I said before, why Samburu? The location, which is at the equator, the unpolluted and uninterrupted night skies, and the Samburu community that has a deep cultural knowledge, you know, the values, the stories that make it very ideal for this new innovation. Now, this is really a map of the global dark sky map. I'm not sure if this is a current one, but this is what we could get. And it shows you where we are, not just as Kenya, but even northern side of Kenya. It is dark. Well, the world may think this is lack of infrastructure, but then the lack of infrastructure is what really gives us the dark skies that are really ideal for stargazing or for astro tourism. Now let's get to the specific as to why specifically, not Samburu itself, but why Samburu Sopa Lodge for this, and why we chose.
Has very light pollution and is located along the equator. This makes it very ideal for stargazing, and that is the reason why we have chosen Samburu as ideal location to launch this product.
We have trained guides to give a tour of the night sky and speak about what they see when they look up. We are excited about this partnership with Sopa Lodges, where we've developed an Astro Tourism product.
We're also incorporating the communities that we work with, their culture, and incorporating all that to put together a product that will really enhance guest experiences. We have started a new journey in bringing in Astro Tourism as a signature experience, not just for Sopa Lodges, but for the tourism industry. Karibuni sana to Samburu Sopa and enjoy our Sopa Astro experience.
So this is what exactly Astro is at Samburu Sopa. You get our guests, it's a way of enhancing our experience, number one. Samburu is known for the special 5. So we are calling the Astro Tourism the special additional 6. It's a 6 special under the special 5. You get to explore celestial phenomenon under guarded night skies. It's not typical stargazing. Now, it's a whole process where your guests come in. We have a dinner under the stars. And then after the dinner, around a bonfire area, you'll sit with our trained Samburu cultural astronomers, and they will talk about their stories. You know, what is happening in the skies? If tonight we are seeing the planet Saturn, what does it look like from a Samburu culture? And what stories do they tell about this planet? And then how do we blend this with science? After this sharing of storytelling about a bonfire, then we move on to the telescope. We have invested in very high-tech telescopes, and our guides are also trained to use this. These telescopes are so powerful in such a way that you can actually take a photo with your phone of whatever you're seeing in the skies, and it's actually very clear. So you'll go through the telescope area and you'll be guided again, depending on what's happening in the skies that night. We've got a calendar, an astronomical calendar that goes all the way up to the end of December 2026, which has been done with the guidance and with consultation with Kenya Space Agency. So so every night we'll tell you what's happening, and you get to enjoy that under the telescope. After this telescope experience, guided and this beautiful experience, then we walk you now down to the planetarium. A planetarium is a dome-shaped kind of structure that imitates the skies, and I'll tell you that a bit later. But then when you get now, this is at the dome-shaped. We built this. I believe this is the one of a kind and the only one right now in a lodge in East Africa. So we take you inside this planetarium to get an imitation of exactly what's happening in the skies. If like, I'll give an example of what I'd given before. If you saw planet Saturn, I'm talking about that because that's what you get to see a lot in this hemisphere. If you get to see Saturn, then this is more an educational tour where you get in and travel through Saturn. How many moons does Saturn have? So it's very, very educational, very informative, and a very exciting experience under this planetarium. Now, this is just to take you through what we have, our equipment we've invested in. We've got telescopes with different lenses. We've got binoculars, laser pens, and finally, we built this planetarium that's one of a kind that gives you a very immersive experience. It actually highlights the entire experience of Astro Tourism. Cultural experiences, like I talked about before, various communities have very many stories to talk about the stars, how the stars guide their season stories and ceremonies. And this is what we bring together during Astro Tourism. Like I mentioned before, we've got a calendar that guides us on what's happening every night. For example, if we are on the day that we launched Astro, we had the red moon, and during this red moon, one of the stories that we had the Samburu believe in is that when the moon is turning red, the blood moon, when it's turning red, it's dying. And so what they do is they wail for this whole period, this almost 50 minutes where the moon is red. And then when it comes back to its normal color, they start to celebrate. So these are just some of the stories. And our calendar really gives us insight into everything that's happening every month, every night, so that we prepare and we are able to really prepare our guests to enjoy a very nice session of an Astro experience.
Today in Samburu County, in its remarkable stillness, and we reclaim our heritage as we chart a new path for the future of Kenya's tourism. My name is Rebecca Miano, the Cabinet Secretary.
Astro is really a game changer, and what we've done to enhance the experiences of our guests is we've put together a package. any guest who comes in, whether you want to combine this as a Sopa tour, or you want to have this as just a supplement, an addition to your stay with us at Samburu, then we've got a package for you. The package, like I said, involves private dinner under the stars. This is guided stargazing with our experts who are naturalists, the Samburu naturalists, who have been, of course, trained. You go through the telescopes, binoculars, and laser points to really establish what's happening, whatever celestial phenomena that are happening that evening. Go through a cultural storytelling session at the bonfire, then over to the planetarium experience to see and to have this educational forum. It's a whole package and an experience that takes our guests 40 to 45 minutes. We've seen very, very good reviews on this. Guests have taken this very positively and the demand is there. It is definitely a game changer for the Samburu, not just for Samburu Sopa, but for Samburu as a destination and Kenya as a destination for sure. So that's basically what we have innovated, and we are working on. It's a new product, and we are really working to ensuring that we bring in the education. There's a lot of questions. We are holding a lot of these webinars with most of our partners to just educate them on how to really sell this beautiful product that we have innovated as a country and as a destination. Thank you very much, and unless you have any questions, I think that's it for today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosemary. And obviously, thank you for introducing us to the new product that you have, Astro Tourism. It seems to be a fantastic activity that you have under your properties. I do have just a few questions from the pre-webinar questions that were asked during the registration process. And just to the audience, if you have any questions regarding today's presentation or any question regarding Sopa Lodges, please send us through your questions via the questions and answers tab just down below. So Rosemary can answer your questions for you. Thank you for sending through the question. Kelly is asking, is there a limit on how many people can attend daily?
Yes, thank you, Kelly. We've got two packages, one without the planetarium experience and one with the planetarium experience. The package without the planetarium experience, we require a minimum of 4 people or 4 guests. But with the planetarium itself has a capacity of 25 perks, but we require a minimum of 8 guests.
Okay. Thank you for answering the question. Sorry, Rosemary, just so I remind you, your camera is off, so we are unable to see you. I know we have a lot of lip readers like myself.
Sorry, is it on now? I apologize.
Yeah, it's on now. Thank you. It's just so much better when I can see you because I'm one of those that lip read.
Oh.
Yeah, if I don't understand what you're saying, then I can be able to read what you're saying from. Yeah. Thank you for answering Kelly's question. Christine is asking, please, can we have an update on your Tanzania properties renovations?
Thank you, Christine. As you may be aware, Serengeti is already operational. Serengeti Explorer opened in December of last year. Just to highlight, it's our properties in Tanzania, that Serengeti and Ngorongoro that were former Sopa were repositioned, both from a product and price perspective. And so we are now calling them Explorer. So we've got Serengeti Explorer and Ngorongoro Explorer. Serengeti Explorer opened in December of last year. Ngorongoro Explorer is still undergoing renovations, and we're looking to have it open next year, sometime mid next year, and we'll let you know when it's almost done. Tarangire Sopa Lodge remains under the Sopa brand for now.
Okay. Thank you for answering Christine's
I hope I've answered that question. Yes.
Hopefully, and with any news development with your renovations and everything, you can always just send us the news and we'll publish it via the ATA member news.
We'll do that.
Thank you. And Kelly is asking again, what is the cost for the experience?
The cost for the experience, Kelly, I think we can talk on the side and we can discuss. Although we are charging right now, we are charging $70 for the for the experience with the planetarium and $50 without the planetarium. Although we'd encourage you to go through the planetarium, is a very beautiful experience. So we'd encourage the experience with the planetarium experience.
Apologies, Rosemary. You might have to just repeat that again. I think I got a little bit of a cutoff from my side. I don't know if it affects everyone.
All right. What I was answering Kelly's question. She asked about the cost. So we got two packages, one with the planetarium experience and one without the planetarium experience. Although, as I was saying, I encourage all our guests to go through the planetarium experience. It's just heavenly. So the package with the planetarium experience is $70 per person, while the one without the planetarium experience is $50 per person. This is, of course, is commissionable to our agents.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And Christine again is asking, did you guys renovate your Tarangire property recently?
No, it has not been renovated. Right now we are working on Ngorongoro. As soon as Ngorongoro is done, I'm sure we'll have some news on Tarangire.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'm just going to ask you just one question from the pre-webinar questions. The question regarding Pilates, are you is saying, is Pilates reformer retreats something the lodge would like to look into or consider
Yes,
introducing?
it's a very interesting question. I saw that, and yes, it is something. Wellness is something that we're looking at. We have actually had a few sessions, but this is yoga session or wellness sessions with some corporates at our Masai Mara property. And yes, it is something we can look to. Our Naivasha resort is very good for that because of our grounds as well. So yes, it is something we can look into. And definitely for that, thank you for that, because we have been really looking into wellness. So it is something we can look at, yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for a very insightful and engaging presentation. We definitely do appreciate you coming in, to give us your expertise and share with us this new introduction. And so that brings us to the end of our presentation today, our webinar. And thank you to all the attendees who joined us today from all across the world. We are very much happy that you always find the time to, participate in this engaging webinars. And we hope to see you on the next one.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you, everybody, and wishing you a lovely afternoon.
Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.